it's me, Soft, and welcome back to another video on the channel, where I will be going over the Pixelmon models, the difference between the Pixelmon generations and Pixelmon Reforged, of course, but, you know, specifically the Pixelmon models. Pixelmon models have been known to look very similar to each other, with some slight changes here and there, or completely, you know, revamped, changed, and whatnot. So let's just go over some models in this game, Pixelmon generations, and then compare them to the models in Pixelmon Reforged. So let's get right over and yeah, do that. So I actually put the start of Squirtle. Here it is, and I actually have Pixelmon Reforged open as well. So let me see if that would record if I just switch over real quick. So you guys saw the Squirtle model, hopefully, and then this is the Squirtle model in this game. Notice how different the models are. So obviously this is a really Squirtle the chosen one, the frick. This is a really bad, I guess, comparison considering how small the Squirtle is, but there is a surprising difference within the model, and that is that Pixelmon Reforged has a lower quality version of the Pixelmon Generations one, at least based on opinion and based on what I'm seeing. Because if you look at here, the model looks more jagged, more, I guess, not blocky per se, but it has lower quality, I guess, PNGs and JPEGs used for the face. I don't know how the models work exactly, but yeah. And the model in general just has a sharp look to it, whereas this just has such a higher quality in terms of like how smooth it looks. Like there's almost no jagged edges except for when you look at the fingers. The fingers are supposed to have jagged edges because they're supposed to be like representing the fingers of the Pokemon. And so that's like the main difference between Pixelmon Generations and Pixelmon Reforged when it comes to the model. And I don't know if it's just me, but it even looks like there's a slight like indent where the shell is, which in the other one there wasn't an indent on where the shell was, or like the outline on the back of the shell. So the Pixelmon Generations models just have a more smooth look to them. And Jesus Christ, there's so much things around. And overall, if you look at some of these models, like Exceligor here, we have a smoother look for a lot of these models here. And it's basically sharp when it needs to be and smooth when it needs to be. Let's go over to the Pixelmon Reforged and summon in some of these Pokemon that we just saw. So I spawned in an Exceligor here. And do you notice how the model doesn't have an idle animation? The Exceligor that we spawned in the other one had an idle animation. And as you can see here, the model actually looks very different. Let me actually go back into the other one real quick. As you can see here, this Exceligor, instead of gliding on the ground or, I guess, just remaining completely still, there's an idle animation. The model itself looks a little different, a little low quality on the you know, Exceligor, but either way, if it can move. If it can move. Also, I apologize for the music in Pixelmon Generations. I simply cannot turn it down. Like, I turned down the music all the way, and you can still hear it off in, like, the very, like, distance. Like, bro. There it is. Oh, right there. It's hopping. Right there. Yes, it's hopping. Holy crap. Oh my god. See? Yeah, it hops. Meanwhile, this one, it's just kinda T-posing. It's T-posing. The model in this one actually has a higher quality like image on it. Like there's a bit more of a higher quality image on this one. I don't know why they didn't change it for the Squirrel, but yeah, it's like there's no animation for Exceligor, so yeah. Now this Tangela in Pixelmon Reforged does look very similar to the model in Pixelmon Generations. Let me actually go back into Generations real quick. Yeah, it's almost the exact same. Actually, I think it is just plain copy and paste. So that's like one of those copy and paste ones that were mentioned previously. There are instances like that, of course, and there's actually a Tangrowth there. So this one is a Pokemon that I went over last Pokemon video, but I wanted to show it because of obvious reasons. This one does have a bit of an idle animation, and it looks very different from a lot of the original Pokemon we have here. And take a look at take a look at the differences here. This one has more detail, more shadow to the eyes, teeth, and everything. It just I don't know why they did Gengar like this, because I understand yes, that's how Gengar would look like. But the problem is this strays away from a lot of the design aspects of the other Pokemon, where it's like a simple color added on and like a simple shade added on. This one, it just has so much of like for example, Magikarp is just pure orange with some lines and all that, with the pure yellow on top there with some slight shadows. This one is just like really highly detailed. Take a look at this Gengar. This Gengar has a more traditional Gengar-esque model with that solid color that I was talking about earlier. And yeah, I mean, it's just a big happy 8 Gengar. It has very similar models or similar animations to the other Gengar, but this one has slight tweaks here and there. I think this Gengar just looks better in my opinion because it fits more with the other Pokemon who just have that solid color style and no extra added detail to the eyes or anything like that. Plus, that's traditionally the Gengar that we would see in Pokemon games. I want to focus on Dragopal real quick because it's a newer Pokemon, and so I wanted to see if these newer Pokemon have copied models. So I spawned in Dragopal, and I'm going to spawn in a Dragopal in the other one. So this is how a Dragopal looks like. If you look at the models real closely, these ones don't move their mouths. The other one had their mouths actually moved. So this may not be a copied over one, just a damn good recreation of it. And actually looking very closely at it, and yeah, there seems to be a lack of smoothness to the Pokemon. I was a little worried there because it looked like it was completely copied over, but there are some noticeable differences between the Dragopals. Take a look at the Dragopal differences. The animation is slightly different, and these have an animation on their own. And this one doesn't have a flying animation. The other one did have a flying animation. And overall, this one has a smoother look. Damn, there was almost there was almost a perfect copy over of this Pokemon, and I got a little nervous there, but it looks like it's not a pure copy over. The models between Pixelmon Generations and Pixelmon Reforged are very different, but I would prefer the Pokemon models within Pixelmon Generations a lot more because the design of it looks very, very nice. I like the design of the Pixelmon Generations models because they're a lot smoother, they're a lot more, I guess, traditional Pokemon-esque, and overall, the design of the Pixelmon in Pixelmon Generations looks a lot smoother and a lot more, I guess, just nice, I guess. So that's it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe, of course, and leave a like, whatever, comment, subscribe to be the top and beat the top. I'll see you guys next video. Take care and good.